Hey guys, this is Ian Huff from Ian Huff Films Craft Studios, and today is the 6th of March, and I've already uploaded this a while ago. Right now, I premiered it on the 6th of March, which I'm now 22 in the 6th of March and of 2023. I'm now 22, and it's like my second anniversary of my unexisted Spider-Man fan film that I have made, which originally existed in 2021, which was 2 years ago, and it's now been a 2-year anniversary, which is called Spider-Man: Dream of a Hero, which is the biggest film, which is like the best film that I've ever actually made. The very first film that has been uploaded. I was so happy when I did that. I was excited when I first made this film that ever happened. Through all the videos that you've seen, this is the finale video where I wanted to create more than just one Spider-Man film. I wanted to create sequels. I got so much on my mind. This is the best thing ever. This is the finale. I'm happy to create the finale of my unmade, unexisted Spider-Man films. Spider-Man fan films. This is the finale, and it's my second anniversary, also my 22nd birthday, which I'm really happy to share it to you guys. So, alright. So here, this is the original story that I did. It's a Spider-Man fan film that I wanted to create, and I did make it. It was made, it was great, it was a phenomenal Spider-Man fan film. It may not be a big budget fan film, and it may not be as long as the other ones, and it doesn't have it's not like a big Hollywood budget film. It's pretty much my own version of Spider-Man, and it's a grounded version. I loved it. The costume I made was great, and it was so cool. I loved it. And I loved telling you guys about it so much that I wanted to add everything that I wanted to share to you guys. Which I really love. So I have here is the complete script of my unexisted Spider-Man fan film, which is so great. I really love it. It's pretty cool. I really love it. So is the whole thing. I really love it. So it has it's at 15 pages long, which it originally was. It became an 18-minute video, and then I made a remastered one that was 12 minutes, which is shorter, but a lot better, and add additions to it that I did. And then I took out the stuff. So in this Spider-Man fan film, we would get to see much of it. We didn't see much of it, so we get to see Peter Parker in Oscorp, and Harry would show him the laboratory, the abandoned lab room where Peter Parker is literally the part of the origin of Spider-Man, which is a generic Spider-Man sort of, where he gets bitten by a spider and stuff. So it was a genetic mutated DNA spider. Instead of a radioactive spider, it's a genetic mutated spider. Similar to the Raimi films. I wasn't sure if I wanted to do organic or developed web shooters. I just kind of did what I wanted to put in the film and put it like that. And it was really great. So it starts off with Oscorp and the abandoned room, which I used at my grandma's house as the garage, which was a perfect location, and I really loved it. And the actor who played Harry was my brother Jeremy. He was a phenomenal. I mean, he may not be that much of an actor, because he's never acted before, but he's really good at playing Harry. Because he's I don't care about science and all that stuff. I mean, hey, I used him before lately when he played Venom, which I talked about in my first episode and my second episode. I was really happy about that. And I wanted him to play Green Goblin in Spider-Man True Hero, which I talked about earlier. I was really happy about it. I just wanted to recreate my story and make it a big phenomenon story. Yeah, and the cast was so big, which I should get back to the story. Harry brings Peter into an abandoned room. Peter wasn't really happy about it, didn't like the idea of going in there, but he went with Harry anyway because they're best friends. And Peter sees the genetic spiders, and Harry would talk about it, asked if it was amazing. Peter's like, yeah. But then Peter realizes that there's something, that one of the spiders are missing. Harry would be like, what are you talking about? And then Harry and I said, they're probably missing somewhere, I don't even know where. And yeah, so Harry goes off to find security, and Peter, he leaves Peter there, and Peter would just sit on would lean, sort of not fully sit on the table, just partly, and then that's where he gets bitten by the spider. A spider would crawl on his hand, and then felt like a pinch, but kind of a pinch, and then swipe off, and that was great. And then Harry would get Peter's attention. Hey Peter, the tour's about to leave, we gotta go. And then Peter walks off, and that's where we got the title, Spider-Man Dream of a Hero. It was originally going to be called Friendly Neighborhood, like that poster over there, which was going to be my poster, but I just thought it'd be better if I call it Dream of a Hero, which I'm really excited about. And because I wanted to make my own film, kind of the hero saga, which I really love about. And it was fun. And then I did the scene where Peter makes his suit. It starts off with a red turtleneck shirt with a puff painted emblem that I created my own, and had a ski mask with it, and red socks, knitted gloves. It was a good suit. I really loved it. Even blue leggings, which I'm really happy about. And after that, I made my suit with puff painting the turtleneck shirt that I made, and it was so cool. I puff painted the front, torso, the back. I created the blue back emblem, which I really love, and it was an amazing suit. I really loved my suit. I really loved how it turned out. And then Peter's spider sense would go off. He would go off saving New York, and that's where we get to see one of Spider-Man's villains, and that is Scorpion. Now, Scorpion, I did something different with him. I wanted him to be a more grounded villain with sort of super strength, and wanted to be like a Scorpion who wants to kick butt. And he may not be the comic accurate Scorpion, but I gave him a green ski mask and green t-shirt underneath and a black jacket to go over it, not fully zipped up because we would see green, because I wanted to be accurate. And he had fingerless gloves, leather gloves, because I like leather, it just makes it cool. And so the location that I used in that film was a middle school, elementary school actually, on the southwest of my town, and it was great. The fight scene was great, and so it starts off where Scorpion meets with a drug dealer, I guess, giving him, which he kind of stole from Oscorp, and he was played by my little brother Landon, which he was really great at. I gave him a few lines, and he was really great at it. He wasn't like my brother. They're just my brothers. They never acted before. So, yeah. And the fight scene that I did was really funny. for Landon, me versus Landon, Spidey versus the Thug, played by Landon. It wasn't that long, but it was really funny, and I kicked butt. I just started with my sparring. I originally did karate, so I did sparring, and I did some really good punching. I used the jab cross hook on him, which was great, and I webbed him to the wall, and the line that Landon said was, "Oh, come on, man, seriously?" Which I really love that line, which is part of comedy, which is pretty comedic. And the Scorpion would be standing around, and then runs off, and my line was, "Hey, Serge, you're right. I hope the police will come here in an hour to catch you and your buddy over there." And he returned, "Hey, where'd he go? Hey, come back here, you!" I mean, "Hey, come back here, you!" I'm like, what the heck is that? I mean, that's my line. I mean, I didn't say it on camera because I messed up my lines, and I'm supposed to say it. I'm supposed to know my lines. I memorize it sometimes, but sometimes I mess it up. So I had to voice over it on computer. So I did some editing and VFX, and I did like voiceover. And the software I used was Filmora 9 for the first time, and it was great. And I had fun with it. And the fight scene with Scorpion, Spider-Man vs. Scorpion, was really fun. It was great. Zachary really knocked off playing Scorpion, and I knocked off playing Spider-Man. Our fight scene was really great, and I really loved it. It was so fun. Yeah, I really loved it. We just do fights, and my funny line in that scene was very comedic, really funny. Man, that was a heck of a punch. Okay, whatever just happened there, I hope it's not a box of Wheaties. I mean, box of Wheaties. That's a really good joke. That's a good line. I'm just gonna stop. And yeah, my best part that I did, where I try to punch him, Scorpion catches his fist. Spider-Man be like, "What the heck?" And then throw me to the wall. "Okay, you're strong." Yeah. And Scorpion would say, "I'm a lot stronger than you think I am, Spider-Man." And Spider-Man says, "Yeah, but you won't be strong enough to beat me." Which is funny. I just did really great playing Spider-Man. Zachary did good as Scorpion. And we did really good with the fight scenes. We practiced and we shot it. It was really great. And the end of it, I shot a web at his foot. And then I punched him and knocked him cold. And I walked off. And I was really happy with it. And we would do a final swing, which I didn't do the CG, which I borrowed from someone else's, which I downloaded a Spider-Man animated video, which I think it was perfect for this fan film, and I used it, made a teaser trailer for it. Made a trailer for it, and I was really happy when it came out. It was a great, phenomenal film. And at the end credits, there were two end credits I made. One was where Harry becomes a Green Goblin, and me as Peter Parker at home. And the best thing at the end, what I wanted in the sequel was the Rhino, but it never happened because I wasn't sure how to pull it off. I mean, I know it's going to be a gray hoodie, and I'm not sure how to work with the costume or find someone to play Rhino. But it was going to be a great film for the sequel. I wanted to be like Spider-Man facing the Rhino, who was a high schooler, a friend of Flash Thompson, and it was. But I accidentally made it similar to some Michael Morato's Marvelous Spider-Man 2, but this was different. It's where Flash, you know that Flash, Michael Morato's Flash Thompson, actually warms up to Peter, becomes friends with Peter, but but Herman would think that Peter is just being like betraying him. So, but this one's different for Alex O'Hearn because he's friends with Flash, but sees betrayal in Flash Thompson and wants revenge on him. Pretty similar, huh? And it would end with Gwen Stacy. And the other character I want to add was Gwen Stacy. That never happened. And I wasn't sure how it was going to work. And I wanted to use the Far From Home suit in the film, which never happened. It was great. I just think it was fun. And then I rewrote the story, which was right here. Which is right here. Which I redid. Was based from my other Spider-Man fan film that I was going to make called Spider-Man True Hero, that you all know that. This was going to be called Spider-Man A Hero's Great Responsibility, which was actually has a really great title because I wanted to be a hero trilogy. I really did great with the drawings, and the script was almost made. I wanted to add Rhino, Shocker, and it wasn't so easy. Yeah. I wanted to end this film. I wanted to be like, I just wanted to be clips of Spider-Man 2, which actually worked. I worked on Spider-Man 2. It was great. I really loved it. I was really happy when I started working on it. I was going to make it as a Spider-Man 3, which there was going to be a Green Goblin fight. And after that, it would be like Spider-Man and Green Goblin fighting each other at my backyard, which I did at my previous home before the move, before my service mission and before the move. And it wasn't easy. It didn't work. I tried to find some perfect songs for it. It was a really great. It was going to be the perfect Spider-Man 2 fan film. And I was really happy with the Goblin costume I made by myself. I played Green Goblin because I originally wanted Jeremy to play Green Goblin, but he was busy doing his paper mission stuff, and working on his mission papers and one going on a mission. So he's already on a mission, serving in Florida, and he's really great. And he's having a fun time in his mission. And yeah, it was really great. I really loved it, and yeah, it was fun. And then I wanted to do other ones, like Spider-Man 3, and then Spider-Man 4. I mean, what the heck, right? Spider-Man 2 was going to have, like, the Spider-Man 2 I wanted to have, Hero's Great Responsibility, I wanted to have the symbiote in it, which I have this Venom mask that came with that Venom t-shirt that I had on my birthday. Like, on the day I released the Spider-Man Dream of a Hero, that was something. And then after that, I wanted to use that mask along with the Black Morse suit I got. I created the Black Morse suit into a awesome, very awesome Spider-Man, a symbiote Spider-Man suit. I mean, it wasn't perfect because I kind of overdid the because I kind of cut the seams from the mask, which was this. This came from a Black Morse suit, and I took the seams out. I didn't cut the mask or the zipper, because back in my middle school here, my parents weren't happy about that. So I cut the seam. So instead of cutting the mask off, like snip, snip, snip on the fabric, I only cut like the seam lines, the the thread. I cut the thread of the suit and cut the thread from the zipper, which I didn't cut the zipper, which is great. And I wanted to use this mask for a Spider-Man Noir suit, which this is just a black mask. And I could have used this for a random Spider-Bat Sona film that I wanted to make, which never happened. And I was really happy with that. So, with everything I've been going through, it's been great. So I canceled Spider-Man 2 because I got my mission call and I couldn't release it. I tried to release it like before, so I tried to upload it on the day my service mission, the day of my service where I got set apart to my mission, and yeah, I tried to upload it, but it didn't happen. So I canceled it, and I went on the 1st of July, is where I started my service mission. I mean, I kind of made an announcement about that during my DIY video with this Spider-Man mask, which was originally going to be for Spider-Man 2 / Spider-Man 3, which was a 2-part video, which that never happened. So I was really happy about it. It's where at the end of Spider-Man 2, I wanted to put, which people are gonna hate me for this, is that I wanted to kill Aunt May. I didn't have Aunt May in the first film or in the second film, but I had to have Green Goblin blow up my house. Like not literally blow up my house, but like just not see the house, but see like ashes, some ash particles, and some fire burning, and it was a sad moment. I was really happy that I wanted to release that film, that Spider-Man 2 fan film, but I was disappointed. And at the end is where I got the symbiote suit. And at the end credit is where Harry would come to his house and looks into his drawer as he's a Spider-Man mask. And for Spider-Man 2, I made a battle damage of my suit, because I have a battle damage mask, and I was disappointed when I did that, and it was a complete disaster, which then I threw away, and now I don't have it anymore, but I still have it on my files, which I was really happy about. Yeah, it was a great Spider-Man fan film that have been very useful. That's been very great. And well, I was really upset. I mean, and then I wanted to add more to it, to Spider-Man 2, where Spider-Man faces the Green Goblin. And similar to Spider-Man True Hero, my Spider-Man fan film I made, Spider-Man faces Green Goblin and dies, which I wanted the inspiration of the Spectacular Spider-Man issue 200. That was going to be really cool. And then I wanted to do Spider-Man vs. Kraven the Hunter, which Spider-Man gets rid of the symbiote, and Spider-Man 4 was going to happen. That I wanted to happen, which would be Spider-Man vs. Kraven, and then fights Venom, and then Kraven helps Spider-Man defeat Venom, but Kraven would sacrifice himself, and yeah, that was about it. And then I was going to do Spider-Man versus Venom versus Carnage, which I didn't have the story about, and I was disappointed. I love drawing these stories, and the day I got my mission call, I made the DIY video, canceled Spider-Man 2 and my sequels, well, my series, sort of, which was the Hero Legacy And yeah, so it's gonna be Hero's Purpose, Spider-Man 3/4, and then Spider-Man 4 was gonna become a true hero, which was gonna it was gonna be great. It was perfect. I mean, I love it. So here's Spider-Man 2 Great Responsibility, which I really love. And then here's the concept art. And here's the Goblin suit. Oh. And then the cast was going to be perfect. I mean, I casted myself as Electro, Shocker, and I could have casted myself as the Rhino, which was just a montage villain, just in like 5 or 15 seconds. And I did the locations perfectly. And I got the music, got my own soundtrack, VFX stuff, and everything else that I wanted to put, and it just felt good. It was a full script. It wasn't fully finished though. I was disappointed in that. Yeah. So the whole script for the first one was perfect, and this had perfect concept art that I did, which I really love, and I was really happy with this. With the suit I wanted to create, which is pretty awesome. So I just did some redraws of how the suit was going to be like. Then I did a Peter Parker rough sketch, where Peter would be out of costume and wear just a mask. I wanted to take inspiration from the animated series, where he has a gray buttoned shirt with a red T-shirt on, and yeah. And the drawing of Kraven the Hunter, I did perfectly. I mean, look at that. I did really great. And my uncle wanted to be in the Spider-Man fan film, which I could have cast him as one of these characters, and I didn't know which one exactly, but it was great. It was a great story. And I thought it had Eddie Brock in it, because the second one was going to have the symbiote story. Yeah. And then the drawing of Venom was perfect. And then I did Mysterio. I wanted to put Mysterio in the Spider-Man 3 fan film. And then I did like the homemade black suit, because after he got rid of the black suit, he wears a homemade version of the black suit, which I really love about it. It's really good. And the mask I show you could have been for that. It could have been for that. I mean, what the heck? And that was it. That was it. I didn't write anything about it, so that was just it. And now for Spider-Man 4, which was going to be Spider-Man 5, because I split Part 1 and Part 2 of Spider-Man Hero's Great Responsibility. And then I did the poster idea for it, which is really great. And then here's like the main suit, which is inspired by Tom McFarlane. And I just stick with that lens. And this emblem was homemade, along with this back emblem, because I wanted it blue. I like blue back emblems. They're pretty perfect. They're amazing fantasy centric. They're fantasy centric. They represent Steve Ditko, because I love Steve Ditko's art of the original Amazing Fantasy suit, and I really loved it. I just wanted to put that in the film. And here's the concept of Venom again with jeans, because I want it to be like a different version. I want it to be my version of Carnage, my version of Venom. And then there's a concept art of Peter Parker. And then I did a concept art of Carnage, which I did really great with. And look at that. I worked really hard on this thing. And that was pretty much it. That was the end of it. I was disappointed about it. And then here I have the first film, Dream of a Hero itself, which did happen, which was made, but never existed anymore. And here's the original concept art of Peter Parker, which I did really good with. I was really happy when I did it. And here's the where I wanted to create my own costume, create my own design, and so on and so on. And yeah, that was pretty much it. I wanted to add more to it, and everything else I did, it was perfect. And the casting I did was perfect as well. I really missed doing something like this. It was so perfect. So I wrote and planned and everything. I was so happy about it. And from the Spider-Man vs. Shocker Matt Gargan thing I told you about, this was going to be part of that. Along with this. And with this emblem. Because it's Raimi. I was inspired by Sam Raimi's design. I was inspired by Sam Raimi of Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. I was so happy when I did that. And the web shooters I made were so great. I have tons of web shooters. And this is the concept of my other Spider-Man fan film I told you about lately. And it was so great. I really loved it. And then I did this idea. It was so great. I wanted it to be really cool. And then I wanted this suit so badly. I wanted to find the Steve Ditko Spider-Man suit and just feel like Steve Ditko Spider-Man. And then I made other drawings for it. So I did the movie suit, which was so great. If I could find that somewhere. And when I saw Channel Pup's video about doing a 60s Spider-Man movie, as a 1960s Spider-Man film, this is what I did. I really did a good drawing of this. I was really happy about it. And I wanted to have a Spider-Man villain I wanted to put in the film, which is Clash, which, I don't know, could have been a cool villain, but he's not really a villain. He's a fan of Spider-Man, but just doesn't like being hated or anything, just something like that. And the second 2.0 version, I really love. It's really great. I did great with the drawing. I really love the pose, and I just like that he's a sub-region of sound. And then I did more stuff with it. I'm just so happy that I get to share something that I made. And moving on, we'll be showing you what I have used in my Spider-Man fan film. Sorry. This was a concept art of my Spider-Man fan film. I was really happy when I did that. It took me like a long time to work on something like this. And then I did the concept art of what it was supposed to look like. I just really love it. I really love the suit. And I've actually used it for my fan film, although this emblem was really different. And this, I did a concept suit in anime. This was going to be my main suit. The emblem that I actually made was actually in the Spider-Man fan film, but not this emblem. And the suit, I made it, and it didn't work. It didn't look really good. And there's the Scorpion suit that I told you about in anime, because I was kind of a bit of an anime fan, manga anime fan. I really love how I drew it looking like, anime, because I wanted to have him have boots and mask. He had the ski mask, and these are used, and not this one. This jacket, it's a leather jacket, but I don't have that one. I mean, I do have one, but it's not exactly like this one, because It's a different version. I really loved it. Then I wanted to do a Superior Spider-Man suit, which never happened either. I've been working really hard on what suit I want to use for like a 90s. I wanted to make a classic 80s/90s Spider-Man fan film, and this, I did all of that. And then I wanted to create my own suit, which was inspiration of Spider-Man life story, Playarts Kai, and all that stuff. I was so happy about it. And then I recreated, which looked really good. Had some really great inspirations. And I started redrawing more Spider-Man stuff. And this, I drew this, the main suit itself, which is really great. And this, I wanted to redraw, make a redraw of this, and it looked perfect. It looked really good. That's what it could have used in the film, which again never happened. But I was happy how it turned out, and yeah, that was pretty much the end of it. And I did Spider-Bat stuff, and I ran out of paper, and right here is going to blow you all away, which I know you all seen these two masks that I've used. The Venom mask here, the black mask, and these you've seen, these were all by me, which I'm really happy about. And then these were the gloves I told you about, that I originally wanted to use for the Unlimited Spider-Man's version of Venom, which never happened, and I told you why. These are the motorcycle pads, which I originally wanted to use for the Green Goblin suit, which I originally did. I was really happy about it because I wanted it to be my version. And these are really awesome. I could use these for some other villains besides Green Goblin. I mean, I could have used it for Scorpion or Shocker or something like that, but I used this for Green Goblin, and it is phenomenal. I mean, I'm planning to make my own superhero later on, and I'm really happy about it. And this is the jacket I've used for Scorpion's costume, because this isn't the leather jacket that you saw in the drawing, but it's really cool. I really loved it, and it's just awesome. And this is my Green Goblin mask that I just used for Halloween, and I didn't like it at first, but I used it and dressed up in the Green Goblin costume, which I also did had a black turtleneck that I got from a thrift store, along with the sweater, black zip-up sweater, or hoodless jacket, which was really great for my Goblin costume. And I used the leather gloves, fingerless leather gloves, that I used for both Scorpion and Green Goblin, which was perfect. But those motorcycle gloves, I could have used them for Green Goblin too. I mean, what the heck? And for Peter Parker's costume, I used the black vest that I had for Christmas, which I really love. And this red tie was also comic accurate to Peter Parker's looks. And I had a white button-up shirt. I'm trying to get to the Steve Ditko Peter Parker Spider-Man look, which I'm going to be using later on. And here are the red socks that I used in my Spider-Man fan film. That was great. And here, I'm going to use the one I'm going to show you will be the last. So I'm going to move on with the other ones that you saw here. I made a DIY video of my Spider-Man mask, and these are awesome because I did a lot with this. I hot glued the mask itself. I followed Daddy Lomo's video, but his was made from an old T-shirt, and it was great. And I followed Hex and Vex's idea of doing a so on the inside of these plastic mesh that I got, plastic canvas I got was bought from a fabric store, and I used 2 of these cosplay foams, and I put the canvas between 2 foams, one that has small holes in it, and the one that doesn't have small holes, and ones that have big holes. And the frames I used were the Amazing Fantasy 15 Spider-Man suit lenses. And when I put it on, it fits perfectly. I really loved it. And as you see, the hot glue is showing, which I can redo, which I can sew on. And I went way too high up the nose, which is a bit uncomfortable, but I used the face shell to make it more comfortable, I guess. And I just love, my eyes are right here, so I can see out of it really perfectly. And I overdid the hot glue, and right now the front part of it is popping off, and same with this one here. I really love this mask. It's really great, and you can actually pull it off easily, like that. It was perfect. It was a perfect mask. And right now you're wearing, why I'm wearing this hat, because I directed the first Spider-Man fan film that has been made, but now it doesn't exist. And I'm really happy to share this as a 2-year anniversary for it. And here's the suit that I was going to use for the sequel that you already saw lately. This the second suit, which then was originally used for Spider-Man 2. I'm probably going to remake this suit, add the red fabric to it, because this was bought with a 4-yard fabric of red fabric and black fabric that I bought at the fabric store with puff paint and everything else I bought. It was a lot. I'm going to say that it was a lot of money. And that's on me. That's on me. And the blue sweats I bought were great. Were very good. This was going to be for the sequel. And here's the mask that I bought a while ago before I bought all that stuff. And this had the face shell with it. So I already told you about this. This was the battle damage that I used for the sequel, which I could have used for the first film, but I used it for this film, for the second canceled Spider-Man fan film, Spider-Man 2 fan film, which I was really happy using it. Right now, I'm not sure if I want to use it, but I'll use it. And here is this mask. This was the first mask that I made, and I followed Hex and Vex like I did before with the other one. And as you can see right here, this is the hole where you can see through, where you can see the red fabric. And I really did good with the white eyes. I puff painted the mask, and it was great that I kind of took inspiration for both Steve Ditko Spider-Man and Spectacular Spider-Man because of the circle in the middle. And it was really fun using this mask. And underneath it, I used this face shell, which was good. which was really cool. It was a perfect Spider-Man suit, and the shoes, and I used red Converse shoes with that suit, which is great. And the parts of the suit I don't have is the blue leggings, the homemade turtleneck Spider-Man t-shirt that I made, and the blue women's shirt, which was perfect, and it was very tight because I wanted to make it a skin-tight homemade suit, which I was really happy that I actually made it by myself. It was great. It was like after I made this mask, which I was really happy about. And then these are the Spider-Man gloves that I bought, that I got for Christmas, and I made these myself. This was really perfect. I did the webbing design, and it was amazing. And right now you're seeing some of it is falling apart because I've used it for a long time, and it was great. It was a great suit. I really loved it. I had no other complaints with it. I loved the puff paint on it, and when I put it on, it actually really does look good. I really loved it. And the details on the fingers, I kind of did not do. I didn't do really well with it, but it was great. But because it is an example of a homemade suit that people can make their own costumes and make them look really accurate to the comics or the Raimi films, because this part, the palm of it, was inspired by the Raimi films from 2004 and 2007, which I like the 2004 film, Spider-Man and Spider-Man 2, but not Spider-Man 3 because it was dumb, because it's a Simmons story. And I know that Raimi hates that one, because he knows it was a big failure. But I really loved it. I really loved how I made that suit. And another ones I have is this red ski mask that I actually bought, that I actually had also for Christmas. It was a good mask. I could have had like black. I had black goggles, but I didn't use it for the film. I mean, I really love it. It was a really good mask for before this mask. I was really happy with it. And then this is the green ski mask that I used for Spider-Man fan film, Train for Hero, and it was a good mask. My brother Zachary wore it, and it was a good mask. I really loved it. Another thing, Landon wore his white hoodie, and he wore this beanie, which is another prop costume, and where Zachary gets the scorpion powers from the pills he took, which was a gum container, a used gum container without the plastic mint gum wrap, and I used it as a really good prop, and it was good. It was really good. It was a really awesome prop. I loved it. I loved what I did with it. And for what I did for the remastered film, I originally had red knitted gloves, which then I threw it away because I wasn't really happy with what I did with it. And here I also used this red hoodie, and you can see it. I didn't add anything to it because I didn't feel like wanting to do anything with it. I wanted to keep it blank because it's like kind of like the Ultimate Spider-Man comic book where he wore a black mask and a red blank hoodie, and I just wanted to be something like this, but with a red balaclava mask. And I was really happy with how it turned out. I just loved it. It was great. and everything else I have was great. And then I had these web shears that I made. The first ones I made were out of these plastic straws, cardboard pieces, and some foam, some craft foam, and it was great. I really loved it. Really loved those web shooters. And then I made a second version of it, which was these versions, and these are so cool. They're very classic, and they're similar to the Spider-Man 2 web shooters, and these are really awesome because I really did go with these web shooters, and I made them really good. They're not like, they're very loose, and I took inspiration from Spider Noah, who did the Spider Kids series, and I did my version of it. I used the used battery, and then put some foam on it, and used another foam, and hot glued it, and put Velcro on it, which I did with the other ones. It was really good. And the other ones I had used were just cardboard and Velcro, but no foam. And yeah, but it was really good. And then these ones right here, I made myself, which was going to be a 2.0 version or a 3.0 version, because those ones that I just showed you were like the first ones. This was like the third modifications of these web shooters, because I love making these kinds of web shooters. They're really cool. And what I added in the back was these foams, which I glued this part, and then I put Velcro in it, and they fit perfectly. I mean, I had the knitted gloves with the red blank hoodie, and this mask right here for the canceled Spider-Man 2 fan film, and I was not happy. I mean, I was doing great with it, and I did a video where in the Spider-Man 2 fan film, this was part of it. This book was part of it, which I'm happy to share you, and it had really good stuff with it, like here, and here's the drawing of my first suit right here, and it was great. Yeah, that was the first suit that I've used. And right here is the battle damage look, if you can see that. I was really happy with that. And here's the Green Goblin concept. And then I wanted to do the shoe design, create my own custom shoes, and it was going to be cool. And here's the suit I told you about, which had the same gloves that I used for the first suit, and I was going to use for the second suit. And then I did this mask with these lenses, because I wanted to bring back the Ditko lens to life and all that stuff. And I did concept arts. Wanted to use a CGI model because I just got Blender, but I don't know how to do it. And then here's Shocker, and then do like a simple fight scene with him. Here's the back emblem of it, which is pretty cool, and I wanted to be blue because of big fan of Ditko Spider-Man. And then this I added in my fan film. Wanted to add in Spider-Man 2. The one I told you about is the concept art of Harry knowing Peter's secret, with Peter not knowing it, and it was a great scene. So yeah, so I didn't see Peter like react to it, and then we have another fight scene where Spider-Man would face Green Goblin in his backyard, which could have been a death scene, but I just did where Goblin blew up Peter's house. That was just dumb. And then this was that I did in the Spider-Man fan film. I drew this, and it was great. It was great. It was a great Spider-Man 2 fan film drawing, where Spider-Man drew his own idea for what his suit would look like. I was really happy with it. And then I wanted, and for the Spider-Man 3 or 4, I wanted to do this suit, which I wanted to be a sleeveless hoodie with a Venom t-shirt that I got. And I was going to have Kraven the Hunter in the film. And then I did the Venom concept art right here. And cast a friend I know in the fan film. And then I did Carnage work with Carnage. It was really great. And then I did a rework, and I redid the idea for Green Goblin, which was really great. And I did a drawing of Mysterio as a montage character, another montage villain. I mean, yeah, it was great. And when you saw the letters saying CGI model, that's because I wanted to do a CG model of them, but I don't know how to do that. But it was great. And now this Electro is, I did Electro for Spider-Man 2 fan film because I casted myself as that, and I used that beanie for it, and I used the blue hoodie, black shirt, and then I did some sunglasses because it kind of looked cool. I could have used Landon as Electro, but I don't know. And here's the black suit I talked about. And yeah, I made these emblems myself, and I had like symbiote like lines on it because it's a symbiote suit. And then I worked on the Spider-Man suit 3.0 suit, which was really great, which could have been perfect. And then this was going to be accurate to the comics, inspired by Kraven's Last Hunt because Kraven kills Spider-Man, and he becomes resurrected in 2 weeks. It's crazy. And then I did symbiote Spider-Man versus beating up Green Goblin. I mean, gosh, I wanted to be a dark part of the story. And then symbiote Spider-Man versus Electro, which was like a round 2 for him. So he was like twice the montage. And I casted myself as Green Goblin a lot, but not as Harry, because that would have been Jeremy's part. And this is where the final battle between Green Goblin and Spider-Man would have been cool. And here's what I did for Rhino, because I wanted him to be a montage villain. I wasn't sure how to pull off. Like I said, I don't know how to pull off Rhino. I'm not sure. Just trying to make him a grounded villain, which could have been cool. And another villain I wanted to add was the Hobgoblin. Wasn't sure how to pull it off, but I just had a few ideas with it. Looked up stuff online. And then I did the redid of Scorpion, which was really great. And it was fun. I would have done Goblin Glider, and then I would do another Spider-Man vs. Scorpion sketch, which was going to be a different something else for a Spider-Man series that I want to make. And same with the Rhino and other Spider-Man villains. And this is where Spider-Man gets his powers. And Peter versus Crusher Hogan for the series. And then this was going to be for Spider-Man 3/4, where Venom and Spider-Man and Kraven work together to face Venom, which was crazy. And then I did the same thing, but with Venom working with Spider-Man to face Carnage, which Hobgoblin would have been in the Spider-Man 6 film. I was just crazy about it. I didn't know how it was going to work, and I would have done the same thing with the Lizard. I had Lizard in the film, in one of the films. And I wasn't sure how to pull off Sandman in the Spider-Man fan series. I mean, I did really good with these characters because I wanted to be comic accurate, like make the stories comic accurate. And Prowler, I didn't know much about him in the comics, which I know he's Hobie Brown and stuff. And this was a good drawing, which I love about. And I did Spider-Man vs. Prowler, Spider-Man vs. Mysterio redraw, Spider-Man chases Chameleon, and so on, so on. And I made 4 seasons, which season 1 was going to be The Amazing Fantasy, season 2, Darker Days, season 3, Wrath of Carnage, and season 4, Night of the Hobgoblin. So that makes, and those were 34 episodes long, which was 4 seasons long. The first season was going to have 6 episodes. Spider-Man season 2 was going to have 10 episodes. Season 3 is going to have 8. And season 4 is going to have 10 episodes. 10 plus 10 is 20. 8 plus 6 plus 20 is 34. So that made 34 episodes in 4 seasons. Which is crazy. I'm really happy about that. Yeah. And everything else that I put in the series was great. Yeah. I was really happy with it. There's so much things I want to create in the series, which never happened. I just love it. And I had Jack-o'-lantern in it, because look at that. I did good. Here's the concept of the web shooters. I just love it. I just love these drawings so much. And this suit, I just love it. I just want to do more. I just want to do my Spider-Man films. I'm trying to figure this stuff out. Oh, and the Spider-Man Protect suit, which is the Spider-Man Unlimited suit, which I just really did good with this stuff. Good with this suit. Oy. Yeah, and everything else with it, which is crazy. And the black suit origin, and everything that came with it just feels so great. It looks so awesome. I just gotta say it. I just love my story. I just love it. Oh, and here's like, this was the final battle of the Green Goblin. Could have been like the end of the film. I mean, come on, I didn't do much. It was a drawing of me fighting Spider-Man in my backyard. So funny. Which was going to be in my Spider-Man 2 fan film. And then this was something that I could have added. Was Spider-Man against Green Goblin. And by golly, this was awesome. And this I did, like Father, Like Son, kind of a ghost story. And Spider-Man vs. Electro for Spider-Man 2. And this was something I wanted to make. I was so happy with that. And then I thought of this suit myself. I wanted to create it. And then I wanted to create my own series, like 8 episodes of the Spider-Man series. It was so great. The whole thing was so great. This was going to be for the Spider-Man fan series, the City That Never Sleeps series. Here's like all the characters, all 5 villains, which 6th villain was Silvermane that you saw. And here's Peter Parker that I did, which is really great. Which now I canceled the series because I wasn't sure how to pull off Silvermane or the other villains. I mean, Scorpion I could easily pull off, but wanted to make him grounded. And gosh, and Electro, I would do the same thing with him. Just get him a green jacket, make him more of a grounded character too, and button shirt. Vulture, I would just get him something green, because most of my villains I know in the film would be green, wearing green stuff, and some of it would be wearing gray or black or something. I wasn't sure how to pull that off anymore. I mean, I think this is like the biggest series. I'm really happy that this is a 2-year anniversary of my Spider-Man fan film, and I get to share you with other things that I did. And the Spider-Man fan series that I wanted to make is not going to be happening anymore. So I redid it as a fan film now. And right now I'm almost done with pre-production, which I did the storyboards and script. I'm almost done with the script, and I've finished the storyboard, and I just finished the script. I was so happy that I got to work with it. So I want to thank you guys for watching this video, and hopefully I'll tell you more about it later. And I just wanted to add the final part of the costume that I accidentally forgot, and it's this suit that I fully made by myself, and it's really awesome. It's not really that cool, but here's the main suit itself. This was originally for Spider-Man Dream of a Hero, but never happened because I messed up the back, and right here's the neck part of the suit that I've sewn together, and it didn't look really good. The sleeve was too big, the legs were too small and baggy. I messed up a lot, and here I kind of messed up the leg part, and this has a hole in it right between the legs, and that was just I really loved it though. I'm planning to recreate the suit and just keep the sleeves, but not the whole suit. Yeah, like I said, I was going to recreate the suit with the blue shirt that I have, which is going to be really great. Hope you guys think about it, man. And I want to thank you for watching this 2-year anniversary video of my Spider-Man fan film that I did make, and I'm really happy that you got to listen. So thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel, and leave comments down below for anything. I'm sorry this was a big 1-hour film and video, but I want it to be long just for you guys to listen, and I want it to be really cool. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.